All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? For those of you that don't know me, I'm Erin Subcheck, and I am here with three amazing women in my life. And if you haven't heard about activation and the products that we have, we want to tell you all about it. But tonight, what we wanted to share with you is a glimpse of our community and what we have and how it's brought so much value to our life. So, welcome. Welcome. You're going to get to know these ladies and what we're all doing, what we have to offer, and why we are so excited. So, I'm super excited you're here. Um, I first want to introduce you to Jamie because she's really where it all started. Jamie, if you would you tell us a little bit about how activation, how our products have changed your life and this community, this family, these women, having that in your life, how has that impacted you?
Yeah, I think the biggest part of it for me was that it was something that I wasn't sure I was looking for. This was about 4 years ago, and I was sick. Honestly, I was sick. Three young kids, and I just couldn't keep up with the daily stuff, right? And it just someone, I'm not where it started. That's the beauty of this is that really someone was helping me, and they wanted to say, "Hey, I have something for you and it could help you." And with my kiddos, we had a lot of things going on in our family it was so much work because I wasn't feeling well. My kids weren't feeling well. And I was lost. I honestly was lost. But the activation journey for us was something that I would have never known. And it honestly was a game changer. It literally flipped our lives upside down in such a positive way that I just would have never have known. And that's not to say that it was just product, because it was something more than that. It was something that I didn't know I needed. And when Aaron talks about community, like that's truly what this is because everybody you see right here, and we're missing so many people, it's has impacted so many down the way. And so for me, it was something that I was being called to. I'm a God follower, and that was just like he whacked me upside the head and said, "You're doing this. I know you're still not feeling well, but you're doing this." And so had I not continued on, I would have not shared this with Aaron. Aaron wouldn't have shared this with Andrea and Victoria and Tara and people all going down. And so I think of that, and I think of the journeys that these ladies have been on. And I said, had I not carried on and really went through that calling, eh, we wouldn't be here. And so outside of that and that community, I've built friendships. We don't always talk business. We don't always talk, hey, this with business. It's like, hey, how are you today? Are you struggling? Because we're not perfect. We have rough days. Like that's an important piece of that. And so when you talk about like that life journey and what that did for us and our family, products for me, it was a slow and steady race. Like activation is such an amazing, powerful tool that really helps the base of, our oxidative stress. And so, but when you really dig into that, how is that impacting you? How is that affecting you? And for us, it was something that was found in every single one of our family members. And so that is where it kind of began. And as time progressed, one of our other products, like it was a boom game changer. So for me, it wasn't just like right away. And I'm just going to be blatantly obvious, honest, because it's not an overnight thing. It's not something that happens right away, but for some it can. And so there's a lot of that. But for me, with that one product that just boom was like, wow, it was the cherry on top. And now because I feel that way, I get to go out and help other people. Like that is what God was calling me to do. And I'm like, but how can I do this if I'm not feeling well? But little did I know is like that was going to be that piece that really threw me over the top to be like, okay, Jamie, now you are feeling well and you get to share this with other people. So I don't know if you want me to go into more details than that, but that honestly, like that for me is why I get to do this with people and the community and build these relationships, because it's so powerful. And it's not for me, it's not just product, like it's community, and it's how can we get to have people feel better. So that's a little bit of my story. And so Erin is amazing, and she just, all of these ladies are just amazing. So it's just been a really good thing for me. So
Oh, thanks, Jamie. Thanks for sharing your story. You have such a powerful story. And, one reason why I wanted to bring you ladies on, first, because I love you ladies. Y'all are awesome. But second, just our activation story and how, one person sharing with another. Jamie, you were introduced by Jeff and Mona, and both of them have talked about the community. I've heard Jeff say, even if we didn't have these amazing products, I would want to be a part of this because of the community. Their son, Anthony, who is a child of activation, he has people in his life that are like grandparents to him that are his Life Vantage family. So, if it wasn't for them sharing with you and you sharing with me and with Victoria and Andrea, where would we be? Where would we be? So Jamie, I know that you just got home from a vacation with your family, and I really appreciate you popping on here. So
absolutely.
you're welcome to get back to your family anytime that you need to. But
Sounds great.
yeah, I really appreciate you sharing your story. And again, I wanted you ladies to come together here with me tonight because for me, with Andrea's longtime bestie. Victoria is a new friend of mine who I've met in the community. And Jamie, you and I just connected on like through some different healthy mom Facebook groups. I mean, we're close to, we don't live far from each other, but would we have ever really crossed paths in life? I don't know. It's hard telling. But what I love about this business, I'm gonna call honey. Looks like someone's not sleeping. I bet dad is. Um, is seeing the friendships that have happened that wouldn't have happened otherwise. So that's really exciting. So go find your dad, please. Thank you. Yeah. So Jamie, thanks for sharing. And the product you are referring to, you're talking about the collagen, right? Being a game changer for
Absolutely.
you.
Yes, yes. And I just want to, this right here, this little guy, like look at him, like he's adorable, right? And so this is such a cool thing, and I want to bring this in because I think it's so important, is because we're not always like we're not always doing this, but we're always doing this because you get the little ones coming in, and my kids are doing this and doing that. And like, that's so like, we're moms, not all of us, but a lot of us are moms and doing that, running that busy race. And then other people are doing other busy races things too. But that's the beauty also of what we get to do, is we do it with our families. So that's really, really cool too. So
Yeah. 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 Well, okay. So where this went from here, Miss Tara Johnson is not here with us tonight. She is momming it up, but she's a big part of this powerful group of women. And like Jamie said, there are many of us, but um, you all were my first business partners, really. Andrea, I was telling you, this was when I just didn't really know anything about activation other than like, this is big. There's like massive amounts of science. I'm hearing all these testimonies. This is huge. And that's all I was telling you. And you're my bestie. And that's basically was the extent of our conversation. I was kind of beating around the bush with things with you. And Victoria, I'll never forget, you were the first presentation that I ever did. And we were in your basement and we had kids and dogs. And I bet I talked for like maybe, I don't know how long I talked for, but I just remember walking away thinking, I would be amazed if she heard anything I said, anything, because it was so hectic. And then Tara's story is an amazing story. She was one of the first people that I really shared these products with, and she had her health just improved drastically. So and then you girls became my first business partners, and it's almost been a year now, and it all just happened so quickly. It was just this amazing, just a beautiful storm. And yeah, now I see it's like the rain has stopped and there's a sunshine and a rainbow, and I'm so excited for what's to come. But ladies, would Andrea, Victoria, would you ladies share a little bit about activation and how, yes, the products have changed your life, but also the community? Because I know you girls talk on a pretty regular basis as well. So I'd love to hear about the products, but also what this business has done for your life.
Andrea, you go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna
You're A, so you
well, the products have done a lot for me and they continue. Like, it's so weird. I just noticed recently a change that I never noticed. Like, I normally eat really, really healthy, and we went camping this last week and I ate like trash food because that's what you do when you go camping sometimes. And normally, even when I eat dairy, I react really bad, and I'm like, it didn't happen to me this time. Not saying that like I want to eat trash food all the time, because I don't, but like I was like, wow, this is what being activated for a long time does, is like your body can just like handle stuff more. So I've been activated for almost a year and a half, and I'm still noticing things, so that's kind of cool.
Awesome.
But for me, like Erin said, like she was telling me about this and I really didn't know what she was talking about. And then finally I got sick and I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I was 32 at the time, always been very healthy, watched what I ate, like did take all the supplements. Like if you're hearing this for the first time and you're like, I already take vitamin D and vitamin C and yada, yada, yada. Trust me, you should see my cupboard of things I don't take anymore. I was taking it all and working out and watching what I ate, and I still got sick. So activation came into my life at a great time, and so it really helped me. Like my tumor shrunk within a couple of months. I couldn't even find it on an MRI. I did do chemo, so the combination of chemo and being activated, like I think that's what made me like got me well, honestly. And I was doing all the things when I was on chemo. Like I was never sick. I was still hiking. I was gardening. I was doing all the things, like even talking to my next door neighbor who's like 85. Her name is Joan. We garden together all the time. She was like, had a friend over the other day and she's like, Andrea was gardening and doing all the things, like you would have never have known that she was even doing chemo last summer when we were gardening. Like, I really was. And I see people going through chemo now and like they don't have energy to like even get up and do anything. And so I feel really, really blessed. And then after I got done with chemo, I got on collagen. And like last year at this time, I was completely bald. I had absolutely no hair on my head. It was like baby, like bald, like soft, no hair. And I grew my hair back super fast. So those are just a couple of things. I mean, there's so many things, but I decided to sign up to do the business after I was done with chemo, and Erin had talked to me about it a lot of time. And I'm like, I'm never doing network marketing. Like, that's not for me. Like, like total stickler about it. And then I actually listened, like a lot of times we just say no before we really even hear somebody out. And I actually listened, and it was one of the best decisions I've made in a very long time. Like this community of women, like we all check in on each other. Like Jamie, you and I talk probably, once a week, and me and Victoria, we connect like probably once a week about stuff, and even collaborating and asking each other questions about things that we're going through. And then even helping people with activation. Like we don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. And it's nice to be able to collaborate with people. And you're really a part of a team that wants you to succeed. Like network marketing is so cool in that it's not a competition. It's not like, can I outcompete Jamie? Can I outcompete Victoria? It's like, no, let's do this together. Like whatever weapons I have in my back pocket, like I want to share those with you, and I want you to have the same weapons, and let's do this together. Because really we're just trying to get people healthier and happier and more money in their pocket. Like you can do this, to just pay for your products, or you can like make a serious business out of this where you like work from home and you can be a stay-at-home mom and make more money than I ever thought that you could make in network marketing, honestly, to tell you the truth. And so for me, it's just been a huge blessing in my life for my health. And also, like, it's just opened my mind on like what I can do. Like, I love to travel. And so I'm thinking, you know, I can do this while I'm traveling, you guys. Like, yeah, it's awesome. But anyways, that's
Did I
kind
hear a
of
little birdie say you get to go somewhere soon? What was that you?
You know, I have some plans to travel. I'm thinking about going to Turkey in November, and then in April, I want to go to Thailand and to
Yeah.
Bali. Hopefully, since I got well and I'm working this summer, like I actually have a job this summer, I'm like, life is too short. I was a big traveler before, but yeah, that's kind of something I want to do.
Fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
But Victoria has an amazing story too, you guys. Like, that's kind of another really cool thing. I mean, I could go off on a million tangents, but activation is not like a one size fits all. Like, it shows up in people's lives so much differently. Like what collagen did for Jamie, like it helped her with her mood and like gave her like a zest for life again. What collagen did for my husband is it made him not have a knee surgery and he chews tobacco, and it actually grew his gums back. Like it was crazy. So he came home from the dentist and he was like, "So this means I never have to quit chewing tobacco now." And I'm like,
Ooh.
but yeah.
Well, well, as Andrea said, yes, activation is so different for everybody. You know, whether it's trying to preserve the health that you have or maintain or just the longevity of your health in general. But for me, I was severely sick. I contracted Lyme disease. I don't even know when, because it was just never a thing on my radar. Woke up one day and I couldn't feel a side of my body, and you know, did all the testing, didn't know what was going on. Finally was diagnosed by a naturopath and was like, "I think you have Lyme disease." And I was like, "Really?" Like, you know, when I've seen a tick, and of course I'm not going to go into a whole spiel on what Lyme is and everything, but I did the thing that I knew, antibiotics. Did that, got well. Then I had another baby, and that's when my life tanked. Love the girl, love my daughter, Josette, believe me, but she was a little bit of a surprise, and it's put a damper on my health afterwards, because just baby in general is stressful on the body, and it stressed my body enough where Lyme disease flared back up, and it came back with a vengeance. You know, when I first had it, I just had some symptoms of brain fog, numbness, tingling, but the second time around I was severely stressed. I could barely get out of bed most days. I had to quit my profession. I'm a chiropractor. And I was, what's going on? Sorry. Husband sneaking in on me, so distracted. Sick, in bed, and pain. I had the worst pain. My joints, my muscles, everything. I was just praying to God, like, what is going on? I need help. I need something. And, you know, I did the treatments that I knew, got somewhat better. And then, as Erin said, she, you know, did her first presentation to me. And it was funny because she came into my home, and yeah, we had the distraction of kids and dogs and things of that nature. And then I was like, you know what? I've heard of these products. And she's like, really? And I did. I heard about them, you know, about 7-8 years ago now. And with that, I just kind of brushed it aside because I was a chiropractor and I used the supplements. I used the products. I recommended products to my patients. But what I didn't know was that supplementing versus activation was something different. And that's where I dug a little deeper, you know, knowing what I know now and how supplements do one thing, but activation is really something different, in that it helps your body do what your body needs. So it's going to look different for everybody. Like Andrea said, collagen did one thing for her hair and so on and so forth. Well, for me, it really shifted my energy. And along with that, I'm guessing probably the mood. I don't know if that was coupled on top of it or if just having the energy in general, boosted my mood to a better point too. So I have been activated now for just over a year. It was a year in May. And right away in that first 2 months time, I started to notice little things. It was, I could be out of bed. I wasn't stuck in bed having my kids watch their mom hang out in bed all day long. And then it started where I was back to mowing the lawn. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is different. Like I can do these things. And it turned in from me mowing one part of the lawn to mowing the whole lawn. And it was like, wow, like, okay, something's happening here. I don't know what, but something's moving in the right direction. And even now, like Andrea said, like she's noticing things still. I had an event the other day where I was on a hammock and the hammock broke with me and 3 kids on it. And I fell, and right away, all I could think about was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to hurt so bad tomorrow. I am going to just be in so much pain with joints, muscles, everything. And I woke up and I was good. I was good to go. So I was like, wow, okay, something's still happening here. So it's a coupling, you take these products and it keeps going on top of each other and your body just keeps using it the way your body needs to use it. And so I am back to work. I am back in the chiropractic field again. And that's huge after I literally had to quit my profession, close my job, and be out of it for three years, for almost a whole full 3 years. And so I'm back and I'm doing things again. And with these women, with these beautiful, lovely human creatures I have in front of me. So the community part is just fabulous. Like Andrea said, we communicate, and it's not always about, activation. It's about, oh, I have this going on. Like, what are your thoughts? And something in that nature. Erin and I, of course, we're always chit-chatting and what we can do to not only, hey, let's hang out with our kids, or hey, what can we do different for our business, or help each other out and build that repertoire with each other and then with the community, and keep spreading the word. I have people that that I know for a long time and have not even said a single word, but have been following along. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, new customer. Wait, who is this? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I know them and didn't even know. You don't know who's following or who's listening and who's learning. And it's great to see that. And it's great to have all these wonderful individuals to, back me in questions, back me in things that I need to know answers of, or just being there, not just professionally, but as my friends. So I love it. That's
awesome.
I'm sticking to it.
Thanks so much for sharing your stories, ladies. I'll share a little bit about my story because this is something that I don't talk a lot about, because when I was introduced to activation, I was postpartum and in a haze of just postpartumness. And so I really didn't know what life was like. I really didn't have a great baseline. And then I had the opportunity to experience life as a mother without activation. And I'm telling you, friends, like, I'm on a mission to tell all moms about activation, whether they choose to take the leap or not. Being a mom is hard enough. And, not being activated and being a mom, it has a huge, huge impact. Well, being activated has a huge impact on my mood. And now that I have a comparison of being activated and being a mom and have an energy, and like, there are days where you want to scream, but it's like, okay, I got this. Comparing that to not being activated, and just like my baseline of wanting to scream is like such a lower threshold, seriously. And I just, now that I have that comparison, was not something I was excited to do, to not be activated, because you know, it's really non-negotiable, but sometimes life happens, and you know, life happened to me, and I had to choose. And it's been it was a blessing. It was a blessing, because now I see what life is like not activated.
Mm-hmm.
And all moms need to know about this. I mean, everyone really deserves to know about it. But I'm on a mission to share with moms, you know, not only the amazing activation products that we have, but also this business, because that's what I've seen, and I've experienced that myself, is that being a mom can be really, really lonely, and it's a hard job. And not only for moms, but I mean, there's a lot of lonely people out there in this world. But what we have here, this community of amazing people doing amazing things in this world by helping other people, it's incredible. And so many people are hungry for that. So, so what are you all excited about? Because I know that this last year has just been a haze, like new business partners like you ladies. It was just, like I said, it was this amazing storm. And now I see rain, you know, like the rain has cleared, and I see sunshine and rainbows. And I've never been more excited for what's to come. Like, I understand what I'm doing and committed to becoming the leader that I want to be, and that other people need. So I'm ready to find other women like you girls that want to do this too. So what are you all excited about?
I'm gonna jump in because I'm just like, I have to. I'm super excited because I feel like this is something bigger than myself. This is bigger than these ladies. This is bigger than us. And so what that means to me is that we get to share. It's not like, and we have to share, because we know what it did for us, and we know what it's done for others, and we see people, we see lives being changed. And I think like that for me is like, Erin said, like, we want to share it because we feel like we have to share it, because we feel like it's a moral obligation. Now, again, we always want to make sure that we understand that this is not something magic. We're not here to treat, mitigate, or prevent any disease of any kind. So I want to make that clear too. But the idea behind that is that going forward, like Erin, like that sunshine is so right there. And it's so powerful because we get to do this together. The community is the key piece, I think. And I feel like that, because we can bounce ideas off of each other. We can work together because we get to help people. We get to help people. Like, that is, I get excited about that, because that is where that was the passion that God was calling me to. But then now that I see that a little bit more, it just gets me amped up and like super excited to be able to share that. And so then when I get excited, these ladies get excited. And so that's a cool piece, because it's just, it's such a blessing to have.
I'll go next. So I honestly, this meeting got me really excited, to tell you the truth. Like, I mean, we all know each other's stories, but like when you rehear them, you're just like, oh yeah, like, wow, it really like helps, like, Victoria mow the lawn. And like when you're sick and you can't do things like that, like to be able to mow your whole lawn is like a gift from God again, And same with me, like I just being recovered, like a cancer survivor or thriver, whatever. It's like I got my life back, and that's really exciting. And I am just excited to hear more stories of people getting their life back. Like, it just, like, I know these ladies' stories, but I'm like, oh my goodness, like, we do have something really cool and special to share, Like, sometimes you get wrapped up in the day to day and you like forget how magical something is that you have at points. And so I'm excited to share now, even after this meeting, some more and hear amazing stories. And you just don't never know who's going to say yes to bring into our community, and what gifts they're going to bring, and, what stories they're going to have to share. Like, outside of us four ladies, like we have a huge team, and like we have an IT guy, and we have like people that are good at so many things and can help you grow, like not only with your business, but like kind of open your eyes to like what else is out there. And you can just see people growing into their gifts, which is really exciting for me. So yeah, just excited to be a part of the community and to keep sharing and hearing people's lives change, really, for me.
Yeah, Andrea, I have to agree, just Erin saying, "Hey, let's do this." I was like, "Yeah, I'm pumped. What do I wear?" But no, I was super excited for that and to be amongst you beautiful women, of course, and then just to share it. Yeah, it's now that I'm back in the chiropractic profession, I get to share it even more. So that's very exciting, and just to see other people and how they can be helped and have something bigger than just taking a supplement, something that can help them just move their body in a better way and function better and change their whole lifestyle. Like Andrea going from so sick, with cancer, the C word, guys, to being better and being well and having the whole head of lovely locks you got going on there. Like, it was amazing. But just all that is just so great. And of course, I'm excited for San Antonio. I don't know who's going, but I'm going. So San Antonio is a trip we get to go to called Global. So I am excited for that. That'll be in October. So if you join our team, you can come along.
Or if you just want to check it out even and see what it's like being part of a community, being in a room full of thousands of people activated, global convention. That's San Antonio in October. So, ladies, I appreciate your time, and it's so good to see all of your faces and just hear your stories again. And like Andrea said, it's so good to have these reminders, because sometimes we get our new baseline and you feel so great. And then hearing these stories remind you what we have is so powerful, and to keep telling people about it. So, friends, if you're in Activation for Life and you're not activated, what are you waiting on? Really, what are you waiting on? And what questions, what concerns can we address for you to help you get started? Because your life is, it's waiting for you. I mean, it's waiting, but it's not waiting.
It's worth it.
Living life activated. It's ready for you. Yeah, if you resonate with any of these ladies here in the community that we're talking about, message us, reach out to us. We would love to answer questions. And if it's the right fit for you, we'd love to have you along. We really, like Andrea said, high vibing people that love lifting one another up. And that's not something you'll find in every industry. So talk soon. Thanks, ladies. Love you all. Cannot wait to see you all in person, and give lots of hugs.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
It was great to see you
Thanks,
all.
everyone. Thanks, Erin.
So